And basically, guys, you're going to see a comeback story that you've never seen before. I'm back. Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome to the 16th minute. I'm your host, Damon Feldman. Got a great guest today. He's a chiropractor, brain specialist. This guy's going to tell you how, if you had a concussion or any head injuries ever, he's going to tell you how you can rehab yourself, how he can help you with his company, Hope Brain Center. I'd like to welcome the one and only Dr. Joe Schneider.
How you doing there, Damon?
Hey, Doc, how you doing
today? I'm so happy to be on with you.
Hey, man, you're a guy. I've known each other for about 6-7 years, and you're a guy that never quit, and I've always been a fan of yours.
Yeah, it's mutual. It's definitely mutual. You know, when we met, it was amazing the things that you were doing, and you never give up, and you just always promote and always give me connections, and it's been a really great, fun ride with you.
We'll build together, man. But let's get into the point. You know, you're a fabulous guy. You know, you're a chiropractor. You're a guy. So you got into the brain specialist, basically. Is that what your title is? Like a brain specialist?
Yeah. You know what? You know, I graduated St. Joe with a degree in physics, and I was an engineer for a while doing simulation, and we would take control rooms and power plants and process control plants, and we would recreate it and then create a program that helped people to learn how to run the plant. And I was doing some work around, it's called the master control system of the power plant. And I had to go to a chiropractor because I had back pain. Basically I thought they were quacks, but my mother told me to go to a chiropractor. So I said, okay, fine. I finally gave up with medications, and I said, I'm going to go. So I went to the chiropractor, and he had a talk that he did to all his new patients. And he said, the brain is the master control system of the body. And I was like, yeah, the brain is the master control system of the body, just like a power plant, the things I've been designing and working on as a young engineer. So I went back to my supervisor at the engineering company I was working with. It was called Omnidata. And I said, I'm going to be a chiropractor. I'm leaving. And he's like, no, you're crazy. You know, you're a great engineer. You make a lot of money. You don't want to do that. You know, you own your own business. You're going to be an executive and all this other stuff. And I'm like, you know what? There's something that's drawing me to being a chiropractor. So I enrolled in chiropractic college, and it was about 1984, a long time ago. And while I was in chiropractic college, I met Dr. Ted Carrick. He had started an advanced program for chiropractors in neurology. And it's no surgery, no medications, just how to stimulate the brain so it works better. And I said, I'm going to do that. So as soon as I graduated, 1989, I moved back to Philadelphia. And he had a program here at Westchester University, which is down the street from my office now.
Right.
And I started there. And I started studying every month. I would go for seminars. And I got my postdoc degree in 1995 after taking about 1,000 hours of advanced work in neurology. And I've been like passionate about it ever since.
I know, yeah.
Yeah. And then I started working with advanced pain cases. I started working with kids with autism, ADHD. I had 2 centers. They were called Brain Balance.
I remember that.
Yeah. But unfortunately, I had gotten into a severe auto accident in 2004.
I remember.
And I got an aneurysm developing in my brain, and my blood pressure was all over the place. And I thought I had rehabbed myself from that. And then in 2013, I got rear-ended by a drunk. It was a hit and run.
Wow.
And that even made it worse. And then I was kind of like in and out. I was feeling really good. Then I feel really rotten, in and out. And then in 2017, that aneurysm popped, and I lost about 2 inches of my brain on my left side. and I was
Right.
completely paralyzed on my right arm, my right leg, right side of my face. And Ted Carrick called me the day I had my stroke,
Wow.
and we've been friends for years. I've taken so many courses with him, and he said it's a bump in the road, Joe. And I'm like, no, it's a mountain. There's no way I'm going to get over this. And he goes, we're going to use what we've learned and what we've done all these years to get you out of it. So I
Right.
got out of the hospital, and I was feeling pretty hopeless at the time. And I had another friend call me from New York. Said, "Come right up, come to my clinic, and we'll start doing some advanced work with you." And I did that. And after 2 weeks, I felt like 10 times better than I had felt
Awesome.
2 weeks prior. And I'm like, okay, there's something to this. And I came home. I converted my old bedroom in my mother's house into a rehab clinic. I mean, I had all this stuff I was buying and I was doing. Then I went to Florida and saw Dr. Carrick for another week of intensive in Florida. And I came back, went to New York for another week. And I did about,
What year was this?
this was 2017.
Oh, wow. So it's after, well, I'd known you at the time. I remember you had that situation because
Yeah.
I was so overwhelmed how you gave me that brain therapy that day when you spun me in that room, and it made sense what you did to me. Then when I came out the other day and changed it, we'll talk a little more about it, but finish up what you had to say.
Well, I went through 4 weeks of 9 hours a day intensive therapy. No one does that post stroke. And
Right.
by the time I did a re-MRI of my brain, there was no sign of my stroke on my MRI. Gone, right? And like all these things just don't happen. But you know what? I just decided I was getting back to work in September, and I found a friend who would give me his office when he wasn't there, and I
Hmm.
started out. And then my partner, Dr. Unjin Yang, who is just the love of my life, saw everything that was going on and just said, we're going to open up a clinic, and we're going to open up one of the best clinics in the world. And so we put our heads down. We started this in October 2017, and then you saw it the other day.
Well, I gotta let me jump
200
in there
square
because
feet.
yeah, let me jump in there for a sec because it is incredible. Like I saw the videos. Until you understand this, like I'm a former professional fighter. Yes, I've been hit. I wasn't hit a much, but you never feel like I don't have any issues with my head. I don't think, but I have a balance problem because you're the guy that always right. Sometimes I'm like this, but now I always try to get my head up, and you're the man who made me understand little couple different things off. But doing that machine, what's the name of that machine the other day?
It's called a gyro stim.
Now I recommend that to any any person that has a child. You care about your child, you yourself, you got to try this out because this is going to make a difference. I felt it. You know why? Because I felt it the whole day when I left. I was a little nauseous, but it wasn't bad. But it told me that there was something off. And when it was something off was because my balance was there, but my head was still spinning, which is a great thing because I know that I want to work and get better at it. That is a fabulous thing because you also work with kids with autism, which I've recommended a lot of people to you. I don't know if they came, but that's really important. Tell everybody how what you do can help kids with autism.
Well, autism is really a developmental delay. That means that their basic skills aren't developed enough, right? So a kid that is 14 may be a developmental age of 7, right? So they're
Yeah,
behind. What this machine does, it helps us catch up with their developmental age. It helps their vision, their balance, their core muscle strength.
right.
And some of the comments when they get off the machine is that they're more awake, they're more aware. Um, I just started treating a guy who I've known for years. He's another chiropractor, has narcolepsy.
Wow. And
And
what is that? Tell people that don't know what it is. Explain
well,
what it is.
well, narcolepsy is they fall asleep. Just they could be driving down the road and they fall asleep, and they just go into a sleep mode any time of the day at any place. And
Right.
So we, over the last 3 weeks, have woke up his brain so that he
Wow.
doesn't fall asleep as much. He's not as tired. He's not as fatigued. He's more aware. He's got greater energy. It's listen, today, like even today, has been a great day. I had a guy come in that lost his ability to speak, right? So we worked with him for about an hour. And at the end of the hour, I said, say, God is good. And he says, God is good.
That's awesome.
And I said, say, I love my wife. He goes, I love my wife. So he was out in the waiting room talking like crazy. And everybody's like, how'd that happen? I mean, I can go into the details, but
That's amazing. Amazing.
totally amazing. Then I had another woman come in. She had pain in her feet. She's 84 years old, and so I examined her. I checked her out. I did a few things, and 80% of the pain in her feet went away.
Well, let me ask you another thing. That's great. I want to hear on that. So, what is the difference between a neurologist and what you do?
Well, we look at areas of the brain that are just not firing the way they should, or is it high of a level? And we do different stimulation to excite those areas so that they raise their state of function. And when they raise the state of function, things come together in the neurological system, they integrate better, and then they actually feel better.
So, it could really help your mind be sharper.
Oh, definitely. Yeah.
And then now you don't actually have to have a problem to come see you. You could actually work on someone's brain, keep their brain functioning in shape. Basically, it's just like going to the gym, but you go to see you. It's just like going, to work on your brain. You got to keep it in shape. Correct?
Exactly. One of the things I've been talking about with a couple individuals is pre-Alzheimer's, right? So in pre-Alzheimer's, they start out having mild cognitive issues, like short-term memory starts to go. They can't remember where their keys are.
Yeah.
Sometimes they're driving and they don't know where they are, right? That's the beginning, right? And
That
that
happened to my
is
dad,
a sign
man. So yeah.
that the brain's not performing as well as it should. So really, the science of functional neurology without medicine or surgery is about getting the brain to improve its performance, right? So
Yes.
you can apply that to kids with developmental delays like autism, ADHD, learning disorders, behavioral problems. You could apply that to uh, cognitive issues that the elderly are susceptible to, and so it really is. It's all about performance. So what we want to do is not only get kids that are normal, right, but kids that are in a sport that want to do the sport better. They want to be faster. They want to have better reflexes, better reaction, right? Better core muscle strength. Uh, uh, better performance in every way, and also enhance their cognitive performance, because as an athlete
Yeah.
that you're in the ring and you're going to punch your opponent, right? Well, you're doing a reasoning, right, about how to punch them, when to go in, when to duck, when to move, right? And if you can do that a tenth of a second better than your opponent, you win, right?
100%. Sure.
It's a science of fractions of a second, right? And if I can improve that science of fractions of seconds to people that are having Parkinson's disease,
Yeah.
mild cognitive impairment, uh, getting into dementia, people that are having behavioral problems that lose their fuse like that. If you can get a delay from when they get a stimulus to be angry to when they decide that they're going to lose their circuit, sometimes they can say, reason themselves, I don't want to do that. I don't want to, throw something. I don't want to bang something, things like that. So
So,
I
Doc,
work with kids with anger issues too.
that's what I want to say. What ages would you start something like this, like a program? Do you have certain programs for kids, and what ages?
Well, the gyrostim was developed by an engineer whose daughter was, uh, she had cerebral palsy from birth, and she was very crippled. And, I mean, it just kind of, when you have your child's born like that, it,
Yes,
it's hard. It's like really some of the hardest things that you want the best for them. And there wasn't a lot out there for him at the time. And that was 20 years ago.
for sure.
So he noticed that when he rocked her or spun her or did some things, it would really calm her and enhance her function. So he took her car seat and he put two big round wooden wheels on it and started spinning her upside down.
Right, right.
And as he spun her, he saw that it helped her. And then after,
Sort of like what I did the other day with you.
what's that?
Sort of like what I did with you the other day. That machine was phenomenal.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
So he developed the machine that we have, the
Wow,
gyrostim.
that's unbelievable. It really is.
And I met him in 2009, and I talked to him for hours about it because I was an engineer at one time too. So I said to myself in 2009, I'm going to get that, right? And then you know how life goes on, and some things happen, tragedies happen, you have to get through them. Well, when I had my stroke, I told Unjin, my partner, I said, I'm going to get one of those. And she says, you're crazy. It ain't going to happen. You know what I mean? And I'm saying, no, we're going to do it. And when you get a mountain in front of you, right? And it's really a bump in the road, you got to decide you're going to climb that mountain like it's a bump in the road.
For sure,
I
definitely.
decided that I was going to recover, I was going to come back, and I was going to have the best center that anybody could have for brain rehab. And
you have it. There's no doubt.
everybody. And I
Yes.
have it.
You definitely do, and you've had passion with this for a while because I've known you for a long time, and even before you opened your newest place, you were working on it with conventional ways. Now you have the top-notch equipment to help people. And one thing, would this help with depression with people?
Yes, anxiety, depression. Yes.
So people with depression, anxiety should definitely come and check this out. Now, how do they go about it? Like, how do they find you? I know how to find you, but I want you to tell everyone how to find you, how to get maybe a one-on-one
You know how to
deal.
find everybody. You're amazing at that, right?
Well, I want everybody to know how to
every
come
time.
see you. You're my man. You're a good guy, and I really want you. I want to help you spread this word that people that if their family, I've suffered seeing my father with dementia. I've
I know.
suffered from depression. I've suffered from different things, and how Hope Brain Center can help, and how you can help other people. So I want people to know how they can come and meet with you one-on-one. Talk a little bit about it. I know everybody the other day at the football camp, and thank you again for supporting it. Never Quit, Never Surrender tour with the Aspire to Kids. A lot of the people are coming up to you after your incredible speech because they were so in awe, not thinking they didn't understand there's someone who could really help their brain. When they think brain right away, you think a neurologist, operation. You're a guy who can really do therapy on someone, and it's just amazing.
Yep.
So how do they get in touch with you?
Well, our direct phone number is 610-544-9800. And then we have our website. The new one just came online. It's called hopebraincenter.com.
Yeah.
You can go to our website. It has all our information on contacting us.
Yeah, we'll plug it too. Plus, you're on Instagram too. I did tag in a couple things. We'll tag this interview as well on that too. Yeah, do you have anything else to say, Doc? Throw anything in? We're excited about this. I can't wait to share this video because if you're a parent like I am, you want to help your kids, especially if they're in football. I'm friends with a lot of NFL players, world champions. They need to come see you because you live one life and it's it. And you're a guy who can help that life be a lot easier. I'm one to say it because I only tried it once, your new machine, and that definitely did something. It gave me a weird feeling, but knowing that it can help me. Do you understand?
Yeah. Well, you look prettier now than you did before.
My man, thank you. Well, I'm still single, so I'm looking for the right woman right now. I'm just joking, but yeah, man. Listen, Doc, I really appreciate you coming in
Mhm.
on today, the 16th minute, and we're going to put this everywhere because we want people to understand what Hope Brain Center is. And you're just an ultimate story. I'm thinking you're going to write your book and movie soon.
Yeah, man. I don't know what I'm going to call it. Got the dibs on the 16-minute man. So
The
um,
Brain Doc.
I'll,
Just call it the Brain Doc.
I have to call it a bump in the road.
Hey, I'll tell you right now what you've accomplished. And
Uh,
please, everyone that's watching this today, go see Dr. Joe Schneider, Hope Brain Center. We'll touch base with you every couple months, get you back on, and I can't wait to get back in there to finish up my therapy.
all
All
right.
right,
That sounds
Doc,
great. Thank you
have a
very
good
much,
day.
everybody, too.
Thanks for tuning in today's 16th minute. We'll see you next week.